Some would state that this is a right-wing movement. What would you answer to that?
The media certainly does portray it that way. I would say that our organization, our NGO, is nonpartisan for a very good reason, because everyone is affected by this. My personal experience with our patrons is that they tend to be across the political spectrum. But I think it is fair to say that the initial reaction did begin within conservative and right-wing circles. I don't think there's anything intrinsically wrong with that. I think their concerns are legitimate. There are many things that I don't agree with on the right, many things I don't agree with on the left. But we don't need a political ideology in order for this suit to succeed, or our campaign as a whole. What we need is science, because ultimately the law operates on facts, and facts in this case are determined by science, and science is universal. My personal upbringing was that my mother is very left-leaning and my father is very right-wing. And what I learned from a very young age was that the different political ideologies out there, they don't have universal solutions to all problems at all times. They're tools. It's the same thing going into a workshop. You have different tools on the wall, and depending on the project that you're working on or the particular stage in it, different tools will be appropriate at that time. So when people say that this is a right-wing movement, to them I would say that the left tends to be revolutionary and the right tends to be reactionary. Not always, there's exceptions to that, but because the right tends to be reactionary, in a situation where you have a deterioration in civil liberties, it made sense that the right would have been the first responders on the scene. And that's exactly what we saw happening here. But that doesn't mean that it's a right-wing movement. I think it's best just to simply let the chips fall where they may and think about each problem independently on its own, to avoid getting into a groupthink or a sort of collectivist mentality. So I think what the COVID restrictions has forced people to do is learn more about their own country, and that's a good thing. Millions of Canadians are discovering that we have our own constitution, and that's certainly a good thing. We want people to continue to learn more about their country. It's not that what happens in other countries doesn't matter, it's that what happens in your own country is more important. As Bonnie Henry rightly said, we're all in this together, and we're all going to have to solve this problem together, and the correct civil procedure for that is a class action.